Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped and wondered if some part of your daily routine is quietly stealing your happiness? Many people believe that misery comes from outside, from stress, from bad luck, from other people. But what if the truth is much closer? What if your own habits, your own choices, and your own patterns are slowly building a life that feels heavy, tired, and unhappy? In this episode, we explore this idea with honesty and clarity. We look at the connection between what you do every single day and how you feel inside. And as you listen until the end, you will not only improve your English, you will also understand something important about life. Happiness is not magic, and it is not an accident. It comes from consistent actions that support your mind, body, and spirit. Today, we also reflect on a popular quote: "You have to pray that you catch the bus, and then you have to run like hell." This simple idea reminds us that wishing is never enough. Action is what moves your life. So let's explore whether your actions are helping you feel alive or slowly making you miserable. And before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you're doing as you listen and where you're listening from. It's always incredible to see the global reach of my podcast. With love, let's dive in. Why do small daily habits affect your happiness so deeply? Many people think happiness is a big moment, a lucky break, or a sudden change. But the truth is simpler and harder. Happiness often depends on the small things you do every day. When you eat poorly, skip movement, sleep badly, or live in a messy space, your body and mind react. You feel tired, irritated, unmotivated, and confused. Nothing feels easy. Even simple tasks feel heavy. On the other hand, when you take care of yourself in small ways, your energy rises, your thoughts become clearer, and your emotions feel lighter. Daily habits shape your mood because your body and mind work together. When your body feels stressed or neglected, your emotions become unstable. When your body feels supported and rested, your mind becomes more hopeful and stronger. This is why consistent daily actions matter more than big dramatic changes. They slowly build a solid foundation inside you. So when you ask, "Why am I not happy?" it's helpful to look at your routine. Your habits are like quiet conversations with your future self, telling them whether life will feel peaceful or difficult. Why is the quote about praying for the bus and running so powerful? This quote is popular because it captures the balance between hope and responsibility. You can hope for good things, you can pray, you can dream, but you must also act. Many people wait for motivation before they move. They wait to feel ready. They wait for perfect conditions. But life doesn't reward waiting. You catch opportunities when you move toward them with effort, consistency, and courage. Pray that you catch the bus, and then run like hell means that faith must be connected to action. It reminds you that wishing for a better life without changing your habits will never work. You can wish for happiness, yet still make daily choices that destroy your energy. You can wish for success, yet avoid the work that brings it closer. The quote is powerful because it teaches discipline, responsibility, and honesty with yourself. It pushes you to ask, am I living in hope without action? Or am I supporting my dreams with the steps that truly matter? When you understand this message, you begin to see that your life changes when you move, not when you wait. How do unhealthy eating habits affect your mood? Food is more than fuel. It influences your energy, focus, emotions, and even confidence. When you constantly choose fast food, sugary snacks, or heavy meals, your body struggles to stay balanced. Your energy rises quickly, then crashes. You feel sleepy, irritated, or foggy. You lose motivation, and simple tasks feel overwhelming. Over time, unhealthy eating becomes a cycle. You feel bad, so you eat something comfortable. Then you feel worse. This cycle can quietly make you miserable without you understanding why. When you choose food that supports your body, fresh ingredients, balanced meals, simple home cooking, you feel lighter and clearer. You think better. You respond to stress better. You feel more in control. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect. It means you need to understand the connection between what you put into your body and how your mind feels afterward. Eating well is a form of self-respect, not punishment. When you treat your body kindly, your mood naturally rises. When you fill yourself with food that drains you, your emotions follow. So ask yourself, are your eating habits helping you feel alive, or are they silently pulling you down? Why does lack of exercise damage your happiness? Movement is one of the strongest ways to support emotional well-being. When you don't move your body, your energy becomes stuck. You feel heavy, sluggish, and unmotivated. Your mind becomes cloudy, and your emotions turn negative more easily. Many people believe they need hard workouts or gym memberships to feel better, but the truth is simpler. Your body just needs movement. A short walk, stretching, dancing, gentle exercise, or even cleaning your space can make your body feel awake again. When you move, your brain releases chemicals that create positive feelings. You feel calmer, more confident, and more balanced. Without movement, stress builds inside you, and your emotions become harder to control. This is why lack of exercise often leads to frustration, sadness, and irritability, feelings that make you think life is worse than it really is. When you move regularly, even for a few minutes, your whole emotional world shifts. Happiness becomes easier to feel, and problems become easier to handle. Ask yourself honestly, are you giving your body the movement it needs to support your happiness? How does poor sleep weaken your emotional strength? Sleep is the foundation of your mental and emotional health. When you don't sleep enough, everything becomes harder. You feel tired, stressed, sensitive, and unfocused. Your mind moves slowly. You forget things easily. Small issues feel huge. Without sleep, your emotional control becomes weak. You react quickly, worry more, and lose patience faster. Many people underestimate how much sleep affects their happiness. They tell themselves they will catch up later, or that they can survive on a few hours. But your body cannot hide the truth. Poor sleep makes life feel heavier. With good sleep, your brain repairs itself. Your body recovers. Your emotions calm down. You feel more hopeful and more confident. You make better decisions. You think more clearly. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a responsibility. It is a form of self-care that directly creates a healthier and happier version of you. So ask yourself, is lack of sleep making you feel more miserable than you realize? Why does a messy environment affect your mood? Your environment influences your emotions more than you think. When your space is cluttered, dirty, or disorganized, your mind feels the same way. You may not notice it immediately, but your stress increases and your focus decreases. A messy room can make you feel out of control, overwhelmed, or stuck. It reminds you of unfinished tasks and increases mental noise. Over time, this creates frustration and sadness. On the other hand, when your environment is clean and simple, your brain feels calmer. You can think more clearly. Your emotions feel lighter. You have more space to breathe, both physically and mentally. Cleaning your environment is not about perfection. It's about creating a space that supports your peace and your goals. When you take time to organize and clean, even in small steps, you show your mind that you care about your well-being. You tell yourself that you deserve a space that feels safe and comfortable. So consider this. Is your environment helping you feel at peace? Or is it adding stress without you noticing? How do repeated poor habits slowly create misery? Misery rarely arrives suddenly. It grows slowly through repeated choices that seem harmless in the moment. Eating badly once is not the problem, but doing it every day creates long-term damage. Skipping sleep once is manageable, but living in a constant tired state destroys your energy. Avoiding movement occasionally is normal, but avoiding it for weeks weakens your body and mind. Messy spaces, skipped responsibilities, and ignored self-care all add up. Soon you feel unhappy, but you don't understand why. You may think life is unfair or that you are unlucky, but often the source is your own routine. These small habits create emotional weight that becomes too heavy to carry. Misery grows quietly, one small choice at a time. The good news is that happiness works in the same way. Small good habits, repeated consistently, slowly build a stronger, calmer, and more joyful version of you. Happiness is not one big change. It is the result of many small, loving actions repeated over time. What happens when you try a perfect day of healthy habits? Many people don't realize how bad they feel until they feel better. When you try a day filled with good habits, eating well, moving your body, sleeping enough, cleaning your space, and supporting your mind, you experience a dramatic shift. Your energy rises, your thoughts become clear, your emotions feel balanced. You feel more alive, more hopeful, and more motivated. You may even feel surprised, wondering, is this how I'm supposed to feel every day? A perfect day experiment shows you the truth. Your habits create your emotional world. When you treat your body and mind with care, you feel the difference immediately. It shows you that happiness does not come from luck. It comes from discipline, structure, and consistent self-care. This experience becomes a powerful lesson, one that stays with you. It teaches you that you are capable of feeling good, and that the path is simpler than you expected. Why does this experiment reveal that happiness is a skill? Once you feel the difference between a chaotic day and a healthy day, you understand something important. Happiness does not happen by accident. It is not a mystery. It is a skill. Skills require practice, patience, and consistency. You would never expect to learn a language in one day, just like you cannot build a joyful life with one good habit. Happiness is created through repeated choices that support your well-being. It grows through small actions that protect your energy, your peace, and your mindset. When you practice good habits, your body learns how to feel balanced. Your mind learns how to stay calm. Your emotions learn how to stay steady. The perfect day experiment shows you your potential, but the real change comes from repeating those actions until they become natural. Happiness becomes a daily practice, something you build step by step. Why do destructive habits feel easier than healthy ones? Unhealthy habits often feel easier because they require no effort, no planning, and no discipline. Eating junk food, skipping exercise, staying up late, or ignoring responsibilities gives you quick comfort. It solves nothing, but it feels easy in the moment. Healthy habits require intention. They ask you to choose long-term benefits over short-term pleasure. They ask you to care about your future self. Many people avoid healthy habits because they feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed. But here is the truth. Destructive habits do not make life easier. They make life harder. They create misery slowly and silently. Healthy habits may feel difficult at first, but they make your life easier in the long run. They give you energy, clarity, strength, and emotional balance. When you understand this, you begin choosing actions that support you, not hurt you. How can self-love replace destructive habits? Self-love is not soft, lazy, or passive. True self-love is discipline. It is the decision to take care of yourself even when it's uncomfortable. When you practice self-love, you choose habits that support your health, your happiness, and your goals. You eat in a way that nourishes you, not numbs your emotions. You move your body to stay strong, not to punish yourself. You rest with intention because your mind needs recovery. You clean your space because you deserve peace. Self-love becomes the foundation that makes destructive habits weaker. When you respect yourself, you naturally move away from choices that cause pain. You stop accepting misery as normal. You begin protecting your future with small, consistent actions. Self-love becomes a powerful tool for transformation. Why is it important to admit that you are creating your own misery? This realization can be uncomfortable, but it is essential. When you admit that your habits are part of the problem, you regain control. You stop waiting for outside solutions or magical motivation. You take responsibility. This responsibility is not punishment, it is freedom. It means you have the power to change your life. It means you can create happiness through your choices. When you understand that you are partly responsible for your misery, you can also understand that you are capable of building your peace. You no longer feel helpless. You no longer feel lost. You see clearly that your daily actions shape your emotional world. This honesty becomes the first step toward a new life. How can you begin replacing misery with happiness? You begin by making small, consistent changes. You focus on one habit at a time. Eat a little better, move a little more, sleep earlier, clean one small area of your space, breathe deeply, and speak kindly to yourself. You don't chase perfection, you chase progress. Each small action sends a message to your mind. I am trying, I am growing, I am building something better. Over time, these small changes create a new version of you, stronger, calmer, more grounded, and more joyful. Happiness grows slowly, but it grows with every healthy choice you repeat. You learn to trust yourself. You learn to take responsibility for your well-being, and you learn that you deserve a life that feels good, not one that feels heavy. How do you become the happiest and healthiest version of yourself? You become that version through deliberate action, not wishful thinking. You stop waiting for motivation and you start acting like the person you want to become. You wake up with intention. You choose foods that support you. You move your body. You rest without guilt. You keep your space clean. You protect your peace. You practice self-love through discipline. Over time, these actions become your identity. They shape your confidence. They build your emotional strength. You realize that happiness is not something you find on the outside. It is something you build from within. And slowly, steadily, beautifully, you become the happiest and healthiest version of yourself. one small choice at a time. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.